Alright, so maybe this isn't a video I need to make, but I was kind of struggling to find topics, and the only thing I wanted to talk about was what I'm about to talk about, and so, I don't know. Let me know if you guys care about these style of videos, because this is going to be super simple and just cut and dry gameplay commentary about something that's kind of menial, but either way. Alright, so one of the biggest FPS game, multiplayer FPS game pet peeves that I have is that light machine guns are able to be used so aggressively that they can be mistaken for assault rifles with how people use them. And maybe developers just don't get the fact that the word light in light machine gun does not mean that they are actually light weapons. They're just not classified as a full-on machine gun or a heavy machine gun. Now, Battlefield 5 kind of nails it because Battlefield 5 has LMGs, which are medium machine guns, which need to be bipoded in order to be used accurately. I like this. Then you have the LMGs in the game that you can run around and use them aggressively and play with them as if they were an assault rifle. I'm not one to say that games need to be realistic. I don't think Call of Duty or Battlefield needs to worry itself about being realistic. I'm strictly talking about balance here. And also just common sense. Like, why would you make light machine guns so light? Like, was the increased damage and ammo capacity not enough? I mean, a lot of LMGs in video games seem to be like very accurate too. And from what I can tell, and I did a little bit of research on this before talking about it, LMGs in real life are fairly accurate because of their weight. The weight of the weapons absorbs recoil, so you're not going to be pointing at the ceiling if you were actively trying to control the recoil of an LMG while standing, but also most people in actual combat don't stand up and hold an LMG to their shoulder and use it like it's an assault rifle. If you guys are bigger gun nuts than I am, then go ahead and share some facts about LMGs and maybe correct any that I get wrong in this video. But I'm okay with LMGs being kind of accurate and having higher damage due to, you know, larger caliber bullets. And if it's not a larger caliber round, then fine. Then just, you know, increased ammo capacity. You know, you have like 100 rounds, 150, 200 rounds. You know, that's okay with me. But if you play just about any Call of Duty game, if you play most Battlefield games, honestly, LMGs are capable of such aggressive play that I just wonder, well, why don't I just use LMGs over assault rifles? Like, I'll have to slow myself down a little bit. In just about every game with an LMG, yeah, it might have a slower sprint out time and my ADS slower. We'll get into that more in a second. But, you know, why not? I have 200 rounds to burn through, and often in video games they make them deal more damage even if they fire the same caliber round as a rifle. So if you had an LMG that was firing 5.56 ammunition, in the game it'll do more damage than an M4. I'm not sure what the point of that is. Then it's just like, okay, it fires the same round, but it does more damage, and I have more ammo, and you're not slowing down my movement speed enough. Now, I really like the way Black Ops 1 handled this. I don't think I have any Black Ops 1 gameplay on hand, so I'm sorry, but LMGs in Black Ops 1 are pretty heavy, clumsy weapons, and yeah, they can do decent damage, but they're not accurate, and like I said, they're heavy weapons. You move very slowly if you have one of them equipped, and I like the way that feels, and when you play Black Ops 1 online, you don't see a lot of LMG spam. Fast forward 3 games in the series, and Black Ops 4 allows you to use the Titan as if it's an AR. And in Battlefield 5, you can run the Lewis gun or the Bren as if it was an assault rifle and not really be punished for it. In fact, the classes that allow you to use the Lewis gun or the Bren, or in Battlefield 4, the MG4, the SAW, those classes give you infinite ammo. And then if you bipod them, they have perfect laser beam-like accuracy. And in fact, when I play Battlefield 4, if I'm constantly getting sniped, sometimes I'll pull out a sniper, but most of the time I'll just pull out an LMG, bipod it quickly, and then just fuck the shit out of snipers, because even if I don't kill them, they're heavily suppressed and very annoyed. Doesn't always work, but either way, like I said, they usually have slower movement speed. You know, they do some things slower in most games, but then some games have the audacity to give you options to make them more accurate with foregrips, barrel attachments, specializations, whatever it might be, and then quick draw grips, stock in games like Call of Duty, and you can just turn the LMG into what is essentially an assault rifle. Why? Why is the LMG role so ill-defined? Why do I get to be aggressive with these weapons as well as hold down people at long ranges with them? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Now obviously, an LMG, I'm not going to say an LMG is better than an SMG or an assault rifle in close range in most games, hell no. but I think they're more competent in those ranges and in those types of playstyles than they should be. Like, you can get rushed by an MG4 user in Battlefield 4, and it's not a rare thing to see. In Battlefield 5, I use the Bren like an AR, and when I play Black Ops 4, I can use the Titan, again, like an AR. I play a little bit slower with them because they do have slower things, slower reload times, and maybe worse hipfire even. So yeah, I know I have to gear my playstyle, but I guess I'm not even saying they're overpowered, but when I see somebody with an LMG sprinting around corners and pulling the gun up and able to be like competitive in a gunfight against me, it's like, why did you pick the LMG? It kind of makes me wish that you had to bipod LMGs in Battlefield and Call of Duty in order to use them competently. And of course this spreads to other games as well, but, to different extents for sure. And in the advanced movement Call of Duty games, I have no trouble using something like the raw LMG here in Infinite Warfare. That's just no problem. It just feels like I'm using a slower AR with a shit ton of damage and ammunition. I just wish games would make LMGs clunkier, less accurate, and even longer to reload if possible, and increase the damage if you want. I don't care if it's firing a 9mm, if it is an LMG, I want it to be heavy and powerful. I'd like them all to be like that. And I love the LMGs in FPS games that have like that kind of chugga fire rate. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of fire rate is fun because it restricts the LMG user to longer range suppressive fire like they should be, not rushing SMG users and hosing them down with, an 800 round per minute LMG with stats only slightly slower than their more CQB counterparts. I don't like it in any game where I feel like snipers can rush me and quickscope me. I don't like it when shotguns take me out from a really long distance, and I don't like it when I see aggressive LMG users. I think LMGs in video games should be more defined as long-range suppressive tools and not these accurate powerhouses that are just a notch slower than an assault rifle. It's just not a good way to balance them. And it really ruined Black Ops 4 for me for a while. This Titan LMG was just insane. Infinite Warfare had a similar problem with some of the LMGs, and I think Battlefield has the same problem with like the MG4, the M249, the Bravo. Really just think of any LMG in Battlefield 4, and then take away about 5 of them, and you're left with some really competent, versatile weapons that I think should be a lot slower paced in the way they handle. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What are your run-ins with LMGs that you think are bad or good? Do you think if they were slower they would be useless and no one would use them, or do you think that would define their playstyle better? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and if you like this style of just FPS pet peeve videos, yeah, leave a like and donate thousands of dollars and I'll continue the series. See you when I see you. Goodbye.